Before I begin this video, here's the demonstration of the sheer GPU dominance.
All right, I introduce to you Leonardo, and he's going to paint a picture for you guys in the way that a CPU might do it, as a series of discrete actions performed sequentially, one after the other. In 3, 2, 1. Let me speed it up. Ladies and gentlemen,
Leonardo 2.0.
when we hit this trigger on this thing, 2,100 gallons of air goes through these accumulators, out these valves, into all 1,100 of these tubes, into these tubes in which the bottom of is a paintball. Each of those paintballs will fly across 7 feet of space and in 80 milliseconds reach its target. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, it's going to paint the Mona Lisa.
GPU painting demonstration.
Yep.
In 10,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, science class is now over. Thank you.
The CPU, also known as the Central Processing Unit, is fast and versatile and is known as the brain of a personal computer. They struggle through a lot of interactivity, calling up information from keyboard strokes, mouse clicks, data moving, for example. GPUs, also known as Graphics Processing Unit, was introduced with the idea of parallel computing. That's what makes GPUs so powerful. That's what made this Mona Lisa right here. GPUs break complex problems into thousands or millions of separate tasks and work them out at once. Which is exactly why GPUs are ideal for graphics, where textures, rendering of shapes and lighting have to be done at once to keep the images coming in on the screen at a fly. Now architecturally, the CPU is composed of just a few cores handling a few software threads at a time. In contrast, a GPU is composed of hundreds of cores that can handle thousands of threads simultaneously. Now, let's get on with why GPUs are becoming the new CPUs. Back in 2007, Nvidia released a platform known as CUDA, which let the programmers take advantage of parallel computing of GPUs. Few basic keywords were introduced, which let the programmer direct the compiler to the portion of the application that maps to the GPU. Here is an example of a code written in C and C++ with CUDA extensions. Imagine the reduction in execution time with such parallel computing power. I'll leave a link in the description below if you wish to get started with CUDA. Number 2. Ever heard of Moore's Law? Well, if not, Moore's Law states that the number of transistors that can be completely crammed into an integrated circuit will double about every 2 years. And for years now, there has been a rapid increase of computing power. However, now the law has met up against physical limits. GPUs offers a way to continue accelerating applications such as graphics, supercomputing, and artificial intelligence by dividing tasks among many processors. Such accelerators are critical to the future of semiconductors and microprocessors. Well, funny actually, because it was actually Intel that came up with the Moore's Law, and in the race to being the first in the 7nm architecture, AMD won. Number 3. GPUs perform much more work for every unit of energy than CPUs, which makes the supercomputers possible. Otherwise, the electrical grids would have been past their limits. Number 4. In artificial intelligence, GPUs have become key to a technology called deep learning. Now, deep learning is able to take vast amount of data through neural networks training them to perform tasks too complicated for any human to perform. And furthermore, deep learning is enhanced by introducing special kind of processing cores in GPUs. So you see, the potential is limitless. GPUs originally began with accelerating gaming and graphics. Now they are accelerating more and more areas where computing horsepower will make a difference.